Hi, this is Alki, and welcome back to my channel. We had some interesting developments involving the Nashville shooter manifesto. Apparently, the judge in the case is still denying the release of the information. Uh, we're going to get into this. This is from Fox News by Audrey Con Conlin. Well, I don't know how to pronounce these names. You have to forgive me. It says Tennessee's judge denied release of the school shooter's writing to the public. It says releasing the documents may present a security risk to the convent school in Nashville. The judge rules. So the judge on July 4th denied the release of the convent school shooter's writings, saying that doing so may present a security risk to the Nashville private school. The ruling came in response to Brewster, as in versus Metropolitan Government of Nashville, as in which several parties, including the National Police Association and Tennessee Firearms Association, sued the Metro Nashville Police Department for access to the records releasing or related to the March 27, 2023 school shooting that left 6 people dead, 3 adults, 3 children. The school shooting and the violence have unfortunately become commonplace in our society. Access to immediate information has also been a societal expectation which we all share. Davidson County Clarence Court Judge Alicia whatever wrote in the 60-page order. However, these are occasions when this immediate access to and the demand for information must be balanced and moderated to safeguard the integrity of our legal system, participate in the criminal system. I'm tongue-twisted tonight. She also had to, during the pending criminal investigation, Tennessee courts have determined that unfettering access to every record at any time does not serve to uphold the system of justice that we all depended on to ensure that the criminal legal system and the investigations remain fair and impartial for everyone involved. That's kind of strange. No, usually when there's a shooting situation, if somebody's on the right is doing it, they would release all the information. For some reason on the left, it's the opposite. In this case, the Tennessee General Assembly has set forth both state law exemption and statute which will prevent the disclosure of materials held by the respondent not only to preserve the criminal legal system and the integrity of the ongoing investigation, but also to keep the public view information which is related to school security coming from any source. Myers continued. So the deceased school shooter and former convent student Audrey Haley, who identified as a trans male named Adrian Haley, had dozens of pages of writings and artwork that were initially in the possession of her parents until they were transferred to the ownership of Haley's estate to the families of the victims, including as intervenors in the lawsuit. NFPD officer fatally shot Haley inside the school during the morning of the shooting. No records held by the NNPD shall be disclosed at this time. Myers ruled after the months of litigation between police, victims, families, and journalists requesting access to the shooter's writings and other materials. The judge wrote that the court would be hard-pressed to find that the original and complete work writing and artwork to an individual whose intent and planning was to cause and inflict harm on the innocent in a school setting would not be related to school security and therefore exempt from disclosure. The NMPD argued that while the assailant is deceased, an ongoing investigation in the shooting remains ongoing, could result in future criminal actions. Police also said certain portions of the request records may be released without compromising the ongoing criminal investigation, the judge wrote. Meanwhile, the victim's family and the convent school, who listed as interveners in the lawsuit, argued that all the materials and information held by the responders in this matter related to school security and shall be exempt from disclosure completely, as the release of the information will inspire copycats, and though all the information is related to some form of school security, Myers wrote. In March of last year, authorities became aware of the potential leaks of seen photographs of the killer's handwriting notes. In March, a federal judge ordered the FBI to grant public record requests for Haley's so-called manifesto that police found in her vehicle after the shooting. The FBI had refused such requests, arguing that doing so could reasonably be expected to interfere with the enforcement proceeding. Attorneys representing the parent company of the Tennessee Star, a local newspaper, which sued the FBI to access Haley's manifesto, says the public has the urgent right to know why this tragedy happened, how future events may be prevented, and what policies should be in place to address this and other similar tragedy, lawyers for the newspaper wrote in a federal complaint. The FBI has no right to retain a monopoly on the information. The critics of the Tennessee and the federal government decision not to release the documents believe Haley's manifesto may reveal the shooter's motive to target the school and kill the adults and children alike. What's an ongoing situation, because since then we have found out that the judge is very heavily involved with the LGBT community, and since then has put her Instagram to private so nobody could see into it. So there's a lot going on here. They're trying to find out what the motive was for the shooting. They didn't want the records released. First it was the families, now it's the judge. And the head of the newspaper almost ended up in jail because of all this chaos with this stuff. And you may know Street Crowder was able to obtain some information. It was released on his channel, causing an uproar as well. But the thing is, they say that somehow this is going to compromise school safety. I don't know how, if the people got shot, it's already been compromised. I'm sure the future school safety would not take the same approach that led to the shooting in the first place. So I don't see the argument for that one. I mean, I remember when Columbine happened and those two knuckleheads, they called themselves the Trench Coat Mafia, were shooting up people and killing people at Columbine, and was saying, we're wondering who the director's going to be fighting for the copyrights to a future movie. I mean, that I can understand why you wouldn't put something out like that public. And by the way, unfortunately for them, Spielberg and whoever they said was hoping will be fighting for the copyrights for that movie, that never happened. There was a movie about Columbine that was finally made, but it was by Roger Moore. It's called Bowling for Columbine. It doesn't really use any the suspects, hopefully, material for a movie. I'm sure they were very disappointed wherever they are, because it wasn't going to happen that way. Would I support a real movie based on those two idiots shooting people? Nope. So we still don't know exactly what's going on with this, but being that this was a Christian school that was involved in this shooting. We're not sure the mental status of the person. You know, I don't even know if this person was under medical care, for, therapy, psychiatry, to make sure everything was okay. We don't know any of that. So maybe that's another reason why they're not saying anything. It's going to be a long road to hoe before this is settled. So Zalcan saying so long for now, and don't forget your stop.